Hey guys, what's going on? Fro here, making this video about the Fibonacci fan. I've been using this for a little while now and it's been awesome, seeing great results. So I know you guys will be helped by it too. Before watching this video, make sure you do review support and resistance if you have not already mastered it. The Fibonacci sequences are all about support and resistance, so you need to review that before you watch this video. If you don't know what Fibonacci is, just a quick recap. It's a series of numbers of ratios that occur frequently in nature. This Italian mathematician named Fibonacci discovered these, and they're very important in trading the financial markets, like Forex, but of course, stock markets or anything else. All right, so that's what those are. Let's get to it. Let's see a chart and how it works. And yes, all right, cool. So I'm gonna move back to the Euro USD here, and I already have a fan drawn up for you, but let me delete this and show you how I drew it. And I'm going to go back to more recent. I'm going to go to the day chart here. This Fibonacci fan, works on any time chart. Of course, if you have already studied Forex for a while now, you do know that the larger time charts or the longer time charts, such as the day, week, and month, are very stable. Their patterns are stable, and they usually follow most of the rules of the Forex market, pretty much most of the things that we do recognize as traders. Whereas the short-term markets, like the minute 1, the minute 5, they're more volatile, and they are not as consistent, and they're not as predictable. All right, but this is going to work on any chart. I suggest the 15 and up, all right, and not so much the 5 and down, but you practice and you do what you got to do. So I'm going here to the daily again, and I'm going to find a key swing high and a key swing low. A swing high is the highest of highs, and a swing low is the lowest of lows right here. And I'm going to go to Insert, Fibonacci, Fan. Now I want to draw it wick to wick and not body to body. That's my preference. You can draw it body to body if you wish. I would suggest wick to wick. All right, and I'm going to go click there, drag down till right here at my swing low. So now we got our fan, we got our levels right here, 38.2, 50, 61.8, and we see that this fan has drawn out for us key supports and resistances already, and we didn't have to draw anything ourselves. The reason why I like this is because if you're new at drawing support and resistance lines, sometimes they're not always accurate and you're relying on them even though you haven't mastered drawing them yet. The Fibonacci fan is going to create those supports and resistance lines for you based on the Fibonacci sequence, based on the ratios in nature that seem to be so consistent. All right, that's why this is great. So we see that here at the 61.8 we have a good downtrending, we have a good resistance here in this downtrending market. And we see that the price seemed to stall at this 50 here. All right, so this was acting as a resistance as well. The price bounced down, all right, shot back up, retraced, and hit this 38.2 acting as a resistance. Shot back up, this 50 acting as a resistance. Price stalling here at the 38.2, back up as resistance at the 50, and bouncing back down. Now, if you are trying to predict what might happen with the Euro USD later on, you might use other knowledge, all right? You might use your knowledge of the blueprint strategy, or you might use your knowledge of patterns. Those of you who study patterns might see this as a nice double top. All right, so you can kind of gauge that double top and see where you think the price will go. If you read this as a double top, you probably will think that the price is going to bounce back down to about this area and then move its way back on up, possibly forming a larger double bottom. All right, if you use the blueprint strategy, you might also analyze this as a downtrending market because the 200 EMA is over the 20 and the 50 EMA. And yeah, we're generally in a downtrend. So people will most likely watch this 38.2 area, see if it acts as a support, and if it does not, if the price action shows signs of not respecting the support level, putting in some sells and getting some profit. If it does turn out to bounce off of this level, we might see some good buys. But when we're using this Fibonacci fan, we want to use other strategies in conjunction with it. We want to use price action. We want to be able to read candlesticks, know what they mean, know what the patterns are. If you don't know them, feel free to do some research on Google, or I can explain, or maybe I'll do another video in the future explaining some of these patterns. But they are important to know. They're really helpful because, again, the Fibonacci fan is showing you supports and resistances, and these are guidelines to knowing where the price is going to bounce. If you can read what the price is actually going to do in candlestick form, if you can read candlesticks, you're even better off, and you'll be even more successful with having both of this in mind, both the support and resistances from the fan and your knowledge of price action. All right. So let me go to another example. I'm going to move over, let's see, to the pound yen right here, which I like to trade, and there was a good space here that I wanted to point out for you guys. So we have a swing low here, we have a swing high here, and I drew my fan, all right, wick to wick. And we can see that this 38.2 was respected the whole way, but on the way back down in this consolidation period, before the GJ dropped down, the fan was showing us a nice channel where the price was bouncing. And this is an hour 4 chart. So if you were scalping maybe in a 15 or trading higher in a 30-minute chart, you might catch some good uptrends and downtrends, all right? So sometimes people might like to go to the higher charts, draw their fan, and then trade off of them on the 30, the 15, or the hour chart. All right, so if you had done that, then you would have caught this 50, as a good resistance line. All right, we see the price back down quite a bit right here, and we see the 61.8 acting as a great support right here, right on the money. And if you had recognized this as a channel by this point, you would have placed a buy, and you could have made a nice amount of pips here. Just curious to how many. Oh, that's pretty good, about 100, 140, 145 pips. And yeah, you would have caught it maybe possibly on the way back down if you had recognized this as a support. And if you had bought it back up, you would have made that. So pretty much what I'm saying is the fan is showing you a great channel here. The fan is giving away all of this movement. And if you had recognized it, you would have made some great trades. I'm going to see if I could find you guys another example, maybe on a different pair. Let's try, let's see what's going on here. So we got the, okay, we're on the 5-minute chart. Let's move up to the 15. Cool. So I'm gonna look at this swing low and this swing high right here. I'm gonna grab my fan. Wick to wick. All right, cool. So we saw that the 61.8 was acting as a support here. Bounced up, came here, and this is where we're seeing the market now. So when we get to the 38.2, the price stalls a little bit, goes back up, and uses the 38.2 as a resistance point. Price stalls here, right here at the 50. Moves up a little bit, blasts right back down, and pretty much reach this 200 EMA here, which, as you know, also acts as a sort of support, and bounced up a little bit. And if we're trading this in real time, which looks like we are, the market is moving, we might see this support turn to resistance. All right, this price might touch the 61.8 and start moving back down. All right, so your knowledge of price action will help you with knowing this. All right, seeing how this candle closes, we might be able to judge where the price might move. All right, so that's a good place drawn out for us with the Fibonacci fan. All right, this is just one last example here. Let's see. I'm going to move up to a higher time frame. That's how I like to use these. Okay, cool. So we see here that there was a good resistance here at the 38.2. So what we might see is the market continuing up till that 38.2 and bouncing down. If not, we might use this 20 EMA here as a resistance, see that price and move back down. But either way, it looks like there's going to be a good sell coming up because all signs are pointing to sell pretty much. But we're going to wait and see how some candles close and see what we might do there. But again, the fan acting as a great indicator of this resistance right here. Alright guys, so pretty much these are some examples. I want to stress again that you should use this in conjunction with your other knowledge about Forex and other strategies. The 50 fan, as I call it sometimes, should be a tool in your toolbox. Okay, I would not suggest using it as a strategy per se, but just using it as a tool to confirm your strategies or to confirm your thoughts about something. You see in all of these examples, I didn't really make any conclusions based off of the Fibonacci fan. I was simply showing you how it can show channels for you. It can show areas of support and resistance. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I hope that you guys will study this and use it because it's very helpful in a trending market. And yeah, thanks guys.